September 21st, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about Kansas City. We're going to talk about Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about the homeless. And we're going to talk about drugs. And I've come across several other things in the last couple of days here. And interesting. Now, let's talk about the homeless real quick for a second. There's still a lot of problems out there. Whether they're getting any assistance, who knows? Like I say, a while back, I did talk to one gentleman down on 63rd that supposedly was a vet that lives underneath the bridge down there. But some of these people, nothing's changing. Now, you know back, it's been over 3 years since the incident, when all this stuff took place, when people got sick. And I've got videos that have tracked this stuff since then. And these people have not changed. Nothing has progressed. But there are things that are happening here in the city too. We have a lot more people here now. We've had a lot of people come in. And they seem to be thriving and moving more. But the ones that's been here all this time don't seem to be making any headway. Why is that? Now, went up to the casino last night, and there was a couple that was living under, I shouldn't say living underneath the bridge, panhandling underneath the bridge. And this one guy, he had a sign that said, "At least I don't do meth." Well, he might not do meth, but why are they underneath the bridge? Okay? Now, a lot of these people are on drugs. A lot of them do prostitution. There's some of them that are hooked on these drugs that some of these gals, they're making $600 a day, hooking on the side just to support their habit. I mean, you can get on any other YouTube site and look at this all across the United States and see this, guys. I'm going to show this, and when this come up, I wanted to, I talked about this vehicle across the street, about halfway up the hill from us up here. And it supposedly goes to the Church of the Gods or whatever, God's Church down off 23rd Street in Chrysler. Now I'm going to show this, a little bit of this sign. It says Jesus something. This church, it sits way far back off, and a lot of times they have it chained up to the parking lot and stuff. Now, it's down there by that old National Guard down there, not too far from that. Now, these signs that popped up during this 3-year period of time, all these signs popped up. And it just made me wonder what, this all stood for. But then I get to think about this guy, supposedly, it looks like he's got a kid, looks like he's got maybe a wife or a girlfriend or something there. And they've been in the Walmart parking lot living. They've been in the Bass Pro living. A couple days back, I showed them up here at the Gordman's lot. Oh, well, that's where I wanted to go if I had a kid. And then if I wasn't doing anything and you knew that they were dealing drugs and stuff up in this parking lot here in Independence, Missouri. But what I found interesting this morning when I showed, I did a video actually of the sunrise, was it was sitting over there again. But it was also sitting over there with a black vehicle. A white guy that was about 60 to 65 years old. Now, when I came back from over there off Lee Summit Road, I had to get some gas too there. And when I come back, the truck was gone. No, it was back over here on 47th Street, over here halfway up top of the hill. But that black vehicle was still sitting there. So what are they doing? What are they doing that early in the morning? What are they doing? What are they, come on, guys. Over and over and over again. A lot of problems here. On top of that, it looked like the ones down here off Lee Summit Road and 40 Highway, it looked like the city or somebody had come out and made them move some of their stuff. And this is a pile of stuff that's like, it would probably fill a dump truck. A full dump truck. I'm going to show that too. So there's several things here I'm going to show. But I just can't imagine why any of these people, I mean, some of them will never get off their drugs. Some of them will never stop. Some of them do have mental illness. But a lot of it's got to do with the drugs. And they're just not stopping. And it just makes me wonder about all this. But are they getting any assistance at all? And then in these churches, well, if the churches think that these people are so safe and stuff, they should allow them to sit in their parking lot. But see, that's a liability. Because if something does happen, these people do something bad, then they can come back on them. Well, see, the church knows that, so that's probably why they don't let them sit in their parking lot. So, hold on, guys. I got a couple things to show you. Okay, guys. Now, this is down off 40 Highway, down by Lee Summit Road down there. And this is just some of the pile. I couldn't even get it all in the picture. And there's a whole bunch of the homeless living back up in, I guess, that woods. Now, there's no trespassing signs and stuff. Somebody that owns some of that land over there is posted all the way across there. So I don't know. But then it makes you wonder, why hasn't any of this changed? Nothing, you know, I don't see it. That's what's weird. Now, hold on. There's another view. There's another picture of it. I mean, this is vast, and this is what they're living out of. Oh, my. I mean, you know, we've always had homeless in Kansas City, but nothing like this. Nothing like this here. Now, this was a guy up here off by I-70, Lee Summit Road early this morning, panhandling up there. Wanted to show that real quick. I mean, he's actually living, looked like he had to sleep out there in the center of actually the median. Don't know, guys. Okay, guys, now this is a sign down here off almost 23rd and Chrysler. I can't even make out all what that says. It says Jesus something on there. But this is that church that put out all these God signs that people start sticking in the front of their yard, certain places. And also, like what's up halfway up the street from me up top of the hill. But then it makes me wonder why this church here isn't backing their people if they're actually affiliated with this church. So I don't know. It makes me wonder about some of this. But we're going to go from there, so hold on. Now, I'm going to slide on over, and this is East 47th Street South. And you see that truck, it's sitting out here at the edge of the driveway over there. That's that truck. It sits, like I said, it sat at Walmart, sat at Bass Pro, sat up here at Gordman's now. And, you know, what are these groups doing? And I mean, this isn't, like I say, this isn't all about just helping these people, because I don't see anything getting done. Now, this has been going on for almost 3 years now, since that deal happened, since everybody got sick and stuff. But there's not any progression. Now, there's been progression in other things. Why I know this, because some of these rental properties that somebody bought up a whole bunch of these houses over here in Independence, this Jackson County area. Hold on. There's been people in and out of these places, living in them. And I mean, shoot, there was one house across the street over here, had 8 guys living in it. A 2-bedroom house. So, but what I can't get over about this, there has been no change. In this truck, this trailer, like I say, it looks like it's supposed to be a husband and wife. Looks like they do have a child. I mean, is the child getting to school? Is it old enough to go to school? And, you know, what kind of schooling is it getting? But then, you know, Kansas City's got this deal here. The mayor, I mean, it's got to be on both sides here. You know, they talk about helping these people, getting stuff going. Are they being helped? Now, hold on. Now, this was just the night before last. And off to the left is that vehicle. Right over here, guys. And it was sitting up there this morning with another black, kind of like, it looked like Jeep or SUV. I will show that vehicle. White guy in it, about 60, 65 years old. But there's a lot of drugs and stuff that go on up in this parking lot. And, if you wasn't doing anything else, I sure wouldn't go take a small child up into this parking lot either. Because this is one area that definitely wouldn't be something to where to go. So hold on. There's a photo of that truck. And that's over at Bass Pro, where they stay at night. Hold on. And we all recognize this place. This is Independence Walmart over here. And they were sitting over there. Now, this has been going on for 3 years. Now, what brought all this up, I got thinking about what that guy had down here last night. It said, at least I don't do meth and stuff. But why aren't any of these making any headway? And, that's what I can't figure out. Hold on. Just a quick note, this is East 47th Street South here in Independence. And still got all that trash. Still all those couches and tires sitting out here in front. It's close up top of the hill between the borderline, but this is supposed to still be Independence, because that Independence even sits at the very top up there where they have the massage parlor up there, because I've seen their Independence police vehicles sitting up there too, but then it runs into Kansas City. So, interesting, guys. Hold on. Now, here's that black vehicle this morning sitting up there. White guy, about 60, 65 years of age. And he was sitting there with that truck. I don't know. Very strange, guys. Hold on. And the trash. I mean, the people going up here. I mean, all this trash and then doing drugs and party and everything else, all the stuff that goes on up here. It just piling up more. Just to show that. Hold on. More trash, guys. And this is all over on that road there by Gordman's. Now here's that vehicle that white 60, 65-year-old guy was sitting in. And he was sitting up there with that truck with the trailer on the back, across from it. I don't know. Just found that kind of odd too. There's a little bit better. Oh, is that a Jeep? It kind of looks kind of like a Jeep, doesn't it, guys? All right, guys. So I go down and get some gas. I go down by Bass Pro. I come back, and I'm going to show this real quick here. Let's see a minute. I'm just going to click on this. And these two vehicles were back in that same area, like I say, where stuff goes on. Now, I drove down. When I drove around, they seen my vehicle, so I came back, and then they were both starting to pull out. Truck pulls out first. See the tail light come on the other vehicle. It's going to pull out too. Why is that? Well, I'm sure that it's all up on the up and up there. And this was early this morning. I mean, this was early, guys. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'd want to do, is go way back in the corner of the woods back there. I don't know, guys. Okay, and last but not least, this is up here off I-70 up here. When you get up here close by the stadium, when you're getting up on I-70 off 40 highway here. And this guy here, he's underneath the bridge. Like I say, he's with a lady. I'm going to show both of them here in a second. But it says, at least I don't do meth. Well, why? You might not do meth, but why are you still underneath the bridge? You look able-bodied. And I don't know. That just doesn't look good. But hold on. Then we're going to do this. And then that gal that was sitting down there, she was like chuckling and smiling and stuff. Like I say, the women, if they're hooking, I mean, some of these gals have habits too. And, you know, they can crank $600 easy out a day to pay for their habits and other stuff. That's big money, just think about it. But, I mean, they're being eat up inside in the end. And they fall to the bottom at the very end. But, you know, it just makes you wonder. Yeah, well, winter time's going to be coming on. It's going to be a cold winter, guys. I wouldn't want to be underneath that bridge. Definitely not. Wouldn't want to be out any of the cold weather that's coming here. All the stuff that's coming. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up. But I think it comes down to, are they getting any assistance? If they are getting any assistance, there's no headway being made. I mean, like the guys halfway up the street at this one house, supposedly that they renovate homes and stuff, they're still living out of their vehicle 3 years later. Nothing's changed. And then what about all these other people? I mean, it's out here, it's homeless. What's being done? And which churches are legit and which churches aren't? So here you go again. Now, I would say probably the Catholic churches are probably the most doable out of all of them. I'm not going to say any of them, all of them's all good, but I would say that they would probably be the most reliable, probably for help out of all of them. But some of these other ones, I don't know. I don't see much getting done. And, I mean, a while back, I posted a deal and, you know, talk about how some of them didn't look like they had been bathed, like they hadn't had showers. It looks like somebody did go out and do something to help them a little bit. But then it's like, you know, we got winter coming on here, guys. What are they going to do? Just let them freeze to death out there? I mean, this is Kansas City. So, I mean, so many of them are, like I say, on drugs and everything else. They don't care. They just figure they'll just fall to the wayside. You know? Anyway, wanted to get that out there about the homeless. People need to be aware. And it looks like the city needs to be looking at this a little bit more too, because, I mean, nothing seems to be getting done. And I mean, you know, a while back, you know, the mayor said that they were supposed to be doing, even supposed to, I don't know, they were going to construct something for them to live in through the winter or do something. But, I mean, time's running out, guys. I mean, we're getting close to October here. It is going to start getting cold. And to me, if some of these people are trying to get, I mean, there's lots of play. You know, there's fast foods. There's places that's always needing help. But why aren't they trying to get in there? Now, I know some of them don't have their, you know, driver's license and other different things. But some of these places will hire some of them, man. They don't have that hard time getting in and stuff. And then that was another thing. Remember, they were supposed to be making something else. But, you know, that's for the other, you know, several million that's coming in here to let them have a free ID, I guess. Anyway, eyes open. And stay safe out there.